rock on in if you want to. You can glide, you can use your lotion, cream, whatever you want. Come on in, grab those arms. And do some circles, whatever you want to do right at the shoulder joint, shoulder capsule. Pretty much just using my thumbs. This is just resting. As you can see, my hands are straight. Thumbs, I'm just grabbing. Because I really want to work this IT band. Now, the runners, athletes, you don't even have to be a runner, athlete. IT bands, they always get tight on pretty much everybody, no matter what you do. Especially if you're inactive, it just keeps on getting tighter and tighter. But when you're working out, it gets looser. You know, especially if you do your foam rolling and stuff like that, massaging, it's always going to work your IT band out. It's very important. All right, everybody, in this video, we're going to do a video on the scalp massage. We're in the chair, obviously, so we haven't really focused on the head and the neck area, so that's what we're going to focus on right now. But first, before the neck, is going to be the scalp, then we're going to move to the neck. The thing I do when I work on the scalp massage, I always get the client's permission. I always make sure I tap them or say, hey, Miss so-and-so, or whatever the name is, or sir, ask them pretty much, do you mind if I do your scalp massage now? Because they'll sign up for a scalp massage and then all of a sudden forget that they had a keratin treatment. A keratin treatment is about $250, $300, $400 to make your hair nice and smooth or silky smooth. Even for skin types 1 through 6, which is, you know, Caucasian, European, Hispanic, Black, Puerto Rican, Asian, I already said that, but pretty much all walks of life. Just because their hair looks gorgeous and it's already free flowing does not mean you just put your hands in their hair. Make sure you reiterate to them that I'm going to do your scalp massage now. Because sometimes they just forget and they don't really realize that you're going to be rubbing the scalp and messing up their hair, especially at the airport. If you are about to catch a flight and you're trying to look your best, why would you even want to sign up for a scalp massage if you know you just had your hair done? So just make sure they know what they're about to get into. So when we start the scalp massage, as you can see, I just came in, both hands, just like I'm about to grab the world. Her head is the world. I just think of it as the earth. So, you know, Jesus has us in our hand, in the palm of our hands, the world. So pretty much grabbing your whole hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. And so you treat the world like you're treating your own significant other or girlfriend, boyfriend. You're not just grabbing in there and like trying to break their skull. For some people that does feel good. But just for me, I just come right on in, both hands, and just do circles. So when I'm circling, I'm just grabbing and rotating into circles. So if I'm standing in front of the client, head circles, I move to the side. So when you move to the side, you don't break your contact with the client. You're just moving your body, but don't move your hands. And then you get to the back or the base of the skull, the occipital ridge, and you're doing one hand. This hand just stays where it is for now. And then now you incorporate the other hand. And this one stops back here. Sometimes you can overload somebody's sensories by doing too much. They can still get anxious. If you're trying to calm a person down, then one hand at a time. You don't want to just keep doing two hands at the same time very rapidly, because that can still not enrage the client, but the client doesn't get relaxed at all. So for relaxation, we go nice and slow. And then both hands on the same side. And again, circles. Everything is about a circle. Just like the circle of life, the circle of anything, the earth, wheels, a ball, just anything that's perfect. I guess a circle isn't perfect. Again, on that side, even on the back of the neck, both hands, go back to the side, the parietal bone, get to the temporal bone. So you switch your position, your body should be on the side of them. And then you're taking both thumbs, just like I'm grabbing, back of her skull or the occipital ridge. And just doing circles. And if you want to check in with your client to see if this is too much pressure, all you have to do is ask them, how are we doing? Is that okay?
Good, yeah.
Perfect. And they'll tell you if they want more pressure. You can always ask them, would you like more pressure? Because some people like their skull being pressed in really, really hard. Me, I'm one of them. I like having like a ball in the bed, whatever, like a little small, not a tennis ball, but it's a little bit too soft, like a softball. That's hard as on the what? But on the back of my skull, when I lay in the bed and rock back and forth with my head to get rid of a headache, it works all the time. So then now you're just going to go ahead and like you're scooping in, grabbing that hair, scooping in, grabbing the hair. So scoop, grab, scoop, grab. So you're really grabbing the skull like, and pulling her hair back. Or you can just do one hand. And the hair is supposed to be messed up. It's not supposed to look nice and pretty. If it looked nice and pretty, all you can do is this. And that's still gonna mess up the hair. That's nothing. So you're gonna have to get wild. You're gonna have to grab the hair, feel the skull, or the base of the skull back here, and keep it moving. So say you do want to move at a fast pace. So you can do some, just like you're just shampooing your hair, doing your circles really, really fast. So what I'm doing here is I'm resting my palms on her head. My hands go here, and all I'm doing is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And if you want to get fancy, you can use your palms in conjunction. So instead of just using your hands up and down, use your palms, everything up and down, like gripping. And that's just somebody who wants a vigorous head massage, because they're going to tell you, I want it harder, I want it rougher, I want it faster, I want it slower. You know, I want you to use water, I want you to light my hair on fire, whatever they ask. But use caution. You're not going to light anybody's hair on fire. You're not going to do anything wrong to them to do no harm to that person. Don't do anything that's going to harm them. So at the base, you see how the chair is moving, it's rocking. Now you're using force, you're using pressure. So if their body is rocking, you see them moving, then you're doing enough pressure. Because if you're just doing light pressure, nothing moves. You're just doing a nice little scrape of the skull. In her whole body, nothing is moving. But if you're working, they're going to be moving. So the base of the skull, if you have not nails or anything, but you're going to use your nubs or a little bit of your nails because you cut them down a little bit, and you're just using your claws to scratch like a cat. So let's see this view up and close and personal. Okay, so the close-up view of our client and our hair. So we start at the base of the skull again. Remember, both of your hands are going to come in, just like those little face hugger things on Aliens, those little 5-finger thingies. Well, that's like a bad analogy, but it's okay. You're just going to use both of your hands. Come on in to the side. And remember those circles, circles, and more circles. So right now we're just going to go through a whole routine without talking, because I'll talk a hole in your head.